I'm re-recording this video because I forgot to turn the music off that I was listening to while I was recording. I should have known better. Hello and welcome to Assorted Meeples. I'm Phillip the Meeple on duty, and today... Yes, I just double-checked to see if I had it recorded. Today we're talking about the game Lacorsa from the perspective of a two-player game, because me and Heather are playing it for our 10x5 challenge, and we just got it to the table today, so I figured I'd talk about it. Because I like interrupting and forgetting to do it when I'm supposed to do it, this is our plug for Patreon. Please come join us over on our Discord via Patreon membership, and we would love to see you there. It is a wonderful community that is growing slowly but surely. So, back to regular schedule programming. This is a very good game at pretty much any count I've played at. When you're playing at two players, it changes it up just a little bit. First off, let's talk about the components. This game is one of the best component-wise that I have. I say that about a lot of games, but that's probably because I choose high-quality component games almost all the time. Now, what makes this game so great about the components? The track that you are racing on is a solid wood collapsible track. Very well done, very nice feel to it, and it looks absolutely spectacular on the table. The race cars you're using are plastic, a good hard plastic that looks like a wonderful Formula One car and feel great in your hand. And again, adds to that feel on the table of looking championship level. The cards are a good hard cardstock. I don't think they are black core cards, but they are still a heavy cardstock, and they did a good job of putting a dark card back onto the cards as well. There is also a lot of, even if you don't want to use the plastic race cars, they have cards for each race car in there as well. So you can play just with cards. You don't need the race cars or the racetrack out on the table, which I think is a great addition. If you're going to travel, you don't have to take the whole box with you for a big setup. You can just take the deck of cards and you'll be fine. Next up, we're going to talk about how you play this at two players. At two players, you're going to be controlling two racers, so you got two hands that you are controlling as a team. So you can work together to get both your racers in the best place that they can be. So if you got one racer who's going to be able to get out in front and stay out in front, and you have one racer that's just got a lot of high number cards, you can set them up where one gets in the lead and just gets out in front while the other sits back and does not let the other team pass. No, that didn't happen. We got a good shuffle in the last game, so it was really... Actually, that second race was so good. I enjoyed that one a lot. But how do you play Lacorsa? You get your board out, you set it out, you pick your colors for your racers. So if you I picked blue, so I get my blue car, plus I get the blue stripe car. And for ease of reference and memory, we pull out the cards, the printed cards for the racers, and we set our decks on top of those. Shuffle up the deck, deal out 13 cards to each racer, set the rest of the cards aside. Once you look at your hand, you're going to go for pole position, and you're going to use that by the number that you play on the card. So if you got... Cards are from 1 to 12 with an R in 6 different suits. The R adds a +2 to whatever you roll or whatever you play. So you're going to put that on top. You're going to flip it over. It's an R. You add whatever's there together. So if you played a 12 and the R red line card, you get a 14 total. Now, that's not how many spaces you're moving. That's just your strength of whether you can pass or not. Very simple system. Once you have everybody's cards out for pole position, you line them up. Last car goes first. When you go to pass, you're going to pass the car right in front of you. You both choose cards. If it is equal to or less than, the attacker is equal to or less than the defender wins and that player's turn is done. If it is greater than the defender's card, you pass, so you swap places, and then you can repeat that process for one more time in front of them. So you can pass up to 2 players. If you pass 2 players or you fail to pass somebody, your turn is over. And it goes to the car directly in front of you. So if you get passed before your turn, that car does not get a turn, and you have to wait till the next turn. That's not all bad, but there's some strategies you can use in this game to change up the whole gameplay. If there is nobody in front of you, you can choose to play your 1, 2, or 3 cards, which are extend cards. The 3 card you cannot play for as an extend unless you are not in the lead. So an extend simply means that you don't pass anybody, but you pull away from the pack into an open space in front of you, creating kind of a gap so the car behind you can't pass you. They can only they have an extend, they can move up right behind you and have to wait till the next turn. So you can keep extending, keeping away from them and pulling away from the pack that way. Very great system. Once the lead card has either extended or discarded a card, you go back to the car that is at the end and you rinse and repeat until one player is out of cards in their hand. At that point, you score points based on leader gets the most, second, third, fourth in a stair-step down pattern. In this case, since you're controlling 2 cards, you score as a team. So whatever your score is, the higher score wins, and you move on with the game. You're supposed to play 7 rounds of this to complete a full race circuit. We are playing the best 2 out of 3. Spoiler alert, Heather got the first game. Very nice strategy. Talking about the strategies in this game, this is a very straightforward and simple engine build that you're doing with just the card play is all you have. But you also have strategies you can throw in there because you could possibly fall behind kind of early in the game and then wait for everybody to spend their big cards, and then at the end of the game turn around and hammer out a bunch of big cards and get up to that, if not first, that second position and landing more points for your team that way. Or you can just get out in front with one person and secure that lead and hopefully battle for second as best you can. You do have to watch it, though, so that you score, that you get a good shuffle. Otherwise, you wind up with, like, I have all the 12s, I have all the 1s and 2s, so all I can do is extend, or if I don't get the lead, I can't use these cards very well. That is a bit of a problem. Otherwise, I love this game. I will have a link down in the description to the website for the game, so you can purchase it if you don't have a copy yourself. If you are a big fan of racing games, this is one I recommend right alongside the goofier game of Dodos Riding Dinos. Both are fabulous and have their place because they play completely differently from each other, and I love it. So, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.
If you like what you just saw, please support us by hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel for more great gaming content.